Well, after Arsenal beating a side which goes by the names of Sevilla by 6-0, it's back in the news in the transfer. And guess what? Milinkovic Savic in there for you. Where a team from Italy, where he plays from, known as Lazio, is expecting an auction or an offer from Arsenal or Manchester United. So Savic to Arsenal is really on again, as Lazio is expecting an auction between Arsenal and Manchester United. Then we are talking Balogun, Florin. You know very well that he's really a good player who was on loan at Middlesbrough last season, and this season very many clubs wanted him in the English Premier League, and he said he's going into the French League One. Obviously, that's what you never expected to happen about him in there for you. Then the other story we are talking about, we are here to talk about a story of Lucas Torreira being in the news, being linked to Valencia. His agent telling us that the new manager of Valencia really talked to them and approached them about a deal of him going to that side, and they've already agreed personal terms, but Valencia has to talk to Arsenal in there for you. But now we are getting in different stories about this guy who goes by the names of Torreira. Then there is another story about Pablo Mari there for you. So stay tuned on this channel and let's roll immediately without wasting any time. Now, I go by the names of Rokani David. The channel is known as Rokani Media Football, and Milinkovic Savic is the story that we are here to talk about right about now in there for you, as it's being reported from Italy. And let's see who is really telling us something about Milinkovic Savic in there for you. When you look at that from Lazio, they're telling us that from Lazio, and who is reporting this story, he's known as Martino Di Napoli in there for you. He's telling us that from Italy, Lazio are hoping for an auction between United and Arsenal for Serge Milinkovic Savic. They hope to get between 55 to 60 million euros, that is 45 to 50 million pounds for the player, and replace him with Petr Zielinski in there for you. So all of this story has been running, but today there is something good about this story that has been reported. One, they haven't told us about Lazio looking for replacement of Milinkovic Savic. As we speak right about now, it's now known that Lazio are really looking for replacement of Milinkovic Savic as things stand. Obviously, we know it very well that a man who goes by the names of Milinkovic Savic is really great. He played 36 games in there for you. He was involved in, is it 27 goals? I think he scored he made 11 assists. No, I think he scored 11 goals with 14, 15 assists in there for you. He had a goal involvement of 28 last season. So he can play as a defensive midfielder, he can play as a creative midfielder, and he can play as an attacking midfielder in there for you, or a central midfielder. So that is a man who goes by the names of Milinkovic Savic in there for you. So Arsenal are in need of a player to play into that role, and I think this is the reason as to why this story is out. Thomas Partey is one of the integral players at Arsenal. Obviously, no one doubts it. And is one of the best midfielders in the world and in the Premier League as far as playing a single pivot is concerned. And he plays a single pivot that is so much additive to the attacking force of Arsenal in there for you. When he passes, he will make sure that he follows up on that ball to see to it that everything goes on as planned. That's why you find him sometimes getting himself into shooting positions, especially outside the 18-yard box area of the opponent. That is a player who goes by the names of Thomas Partey. Arsenal very much know that he's an injury-prone player, and they are now looking for options in there for you to come in and really be put up, especially Tielemans was the man that everyone was talking about, and we've been told by the Mirror that Arsenal have an agreement in place to really sign Tielemans because they already agreed personal terms close to a year ago. But the problem is Arsenal look at a player who goes by Tielemans as a player who is worth 25 million pounds, and a team which goes by the names of Leicester is really wanting to get close to 30 million pounds from the player. And Arsenal saying that 5 million pounds you're adding in is the reason as why this deal is not going to happen right about now. So Arsenal believe that they should really take their time and sign in other players such that a team which goes by the names of Leicester City really feels the pain you get towards the end of the window to really get the price that Arsenal really believe the player is worth. But again, we got a story from TalkSport telling us that the reason as to why Arsenal are not so much interested in signing a player who goes by names of Tielemans is because of his physicality. Mikel Arteta believes that to play in that single pivot or the double pivot of Arsenal, you should be a player who is really so much physical in there for you. Your physical game should be way above the ordinary. And this is where we are being led to a man who goes by names of Milinkovic Savic. He's a towering lad, close to 1.91 meters tall. You get, when you look at his height, when you look at Savic, he's Serge Milinkovic Savic. When you look at him, he's 27 years of age. He's 1.91 meters tall. You get? How many kgs? I'm not saying his kilograms, but all I should tell you is that this guy is really a very, very strong guy. And he's really great in the air. He scores goals using his head in the for you. That is a man who goes by the name of Serge Milinkovic Savic. And he can also really create lots of chances. So he's skilled, technically gifted. You get? He's a one-touch football player. You get? And in the midfield, the best aspect for any midfield, especially when his team is really attacking or creating an attack, it's that one-touch football. If a midfielder is not good at that, then he can't really lead the attack. For example, when Thomas Partey gets that ball and passes in a player who goes by Odegaard passes it wide to Bukayo Saka. Then he makes a run to tell him, please, I want a double pass from what I've really played to you. And he doesn't. That means Bukayo Saka is slowing down the game. So this lad is really energetic. He has the physicality of the Premier League. That's why I tell you that he's meant to be playing in the Premier League. That is Milinkovic Savic, again, linked to a side which goes by names of Arsenal. And they're telling us that Napoli are now looking for a replacement of Milinkovic Savic. That means by the time the team starts looking for a replacement, that means there are efforts being made by Arsenal or Manchester United to get in a player who goes by names of Milinkovic Savic. So let's wait and see. For United's side, this player has been linked to Manchester United since Jose Mourinho's era. You know that very well. He has been linked to Manchester United since way back 2016. So we are waiting to see how this story is going to go in and grow and develop in here, because he's really a player that is so much loved at a side which goes by names of Arsenal, Manchester United, and very many other teams. Even Chelsea can go in for Milinkovic Savic. So I know Savic this time round, he's going to really earn himself a more, because when he clicks 28 years, because he's 27, when he clicks 28, that means the team will sign him and say, oh, he's nearing his 30s. Then his price will really do what? Will really reduce. But if at all he's being sold at the age of 27, a team will know that, all right, I can give him a 5-year contract. You get 4 years and 1 year of another option year in there for you that they can trigger later in the season. So that is a player who goes by the name of Milinkovic Savic, being linked to Arsenal in there for you, and his replacement is said to be a player who goes by names of Piotr Zielinski in there for you. That is a player that is being looked at by Lazio as his replacement in there for you. And very many people love services of Savic, but I don't know why he has been in Lazio for so long, for all these years. I really believe that he deserves a better team because of his qualities, and every team will lead a player like him in here onto the Rokani Media Football in there for you. So that is Milinkovic Savic for you, being linked to side which goes by Manchester United. And let's get into the Balogun story in there for you. He's being linked to Arsenal and Manchester United. His team where he's playing right now, which goes by Lazio, is expecting a bid. Hear me out. He's expecting a bid from either Arsenal or Manchester United. So we are waiting to see how that is going to unfold in here onto the channel, which goes by names of Rokani Media Football. Let's get to this story. It's a story coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Remember, I did a story in the morning indicating to you that Balogun is really leaving a side which goes by names of Arsenal on loan because he has not enough playing time for Arsenal. Edin Ketia and Gabriel Jesus are here. Secondly, they're not injury-prone players. You get? They're not like Lacazette. Sorry about that. They're not like Aubameyang. These are young and fresh players who are not injury prone, and he has no chance to play in this Arsenal side in the for you. If at all he really failed to really go ahead and play a very big part in that Arsenal 11 when the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang were really getting injured a lot, do you expect him to get playing time when the likes of Gabriel Jesus and injury prone are here? Obviously, we expect the opposite, that he's not going to get enough playing time, and that's why he has chosen Remis over other clubs in the field. Now, Fabrizio has told us that Remis are closing on a deal to sign Florin Balogun from Arsenal, set to be agreed until 2023. He has received proposals also from PL clubs, but he's prepared to accept Remis. Medical could take place early next week, waiting for details to be resolved for you. Obviously, these are deals that Arsenal are really doing to really start to really late out players go, because they've signed in very many players, so they need to reduce the squad. Obviously, they've let out Guendouzi go, they've let out Tavares go, they've let out Florin Balogun. Who is left? Pepe, Pablo Mari, Lucas Torreira, which other player? Pepe. So, close to more 3 or 5 players are really leaving Arsenal, either on loan or permanently. So, Balogun is one of those blessed young talents from Arsenal. He has Nigerian origins in him, but he's playing for the England under-21, and he is going in France. And I think he has really made a very good move in there for you. And what has really acted as a catalyst for this move to happen is simple. What William Saliba and Guendouzi got from France. We look at William Saliba, he returns that Arsenal is going to be a starter. Obviously, don't expect Ben White to bench this lad. The only way the manager will really bench Saliba is when he's really giving him rest and rotating, because you have to play these players reservingly. Reason given that Arsenal are really going to be playing close to 60 games this season. So we're waiting to see how everything is going to happen in there for you between a man who goes by the names of Balogun and the French League One, where he's going. Remember, he's going to a team that had Hugo Ekitike. Ekitike is a player that really signed for PSG, and he snapped Newcastle, and he is really a centre forward. So they're now getting in a player. Balogun, very strong. His physicality is not a question, and he has a very hard shot on him, and he makes good runs. So he's going to get enough playing time that side, because they've been playing with a 19-year-old as a centre forward, and now that means Balogun, is it 20? Balogun, Arsenal. Florin Balogun, Arsenal. How old are you? He's 21 years of age, meaning that he's even more older than Hugo Ekitike, and he's having experience more than that of Hugo Ekitike. So they're getting themselves a bargain of this player of Arsenal in the for you, who is really great at really having an energy, and I really believe he's going to be improved in there for you. So he's really going to decide which goes by the names of Reims, and tomorrow is going to be undergoing his medical and decide which goes by names of Reims in France, and that's where they're really going to get him unveiled as a player for side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Sorry, Reims in for you, not Arsenal. So we got another story coming in from Sky Sports. They're telling us that Fulham are increasingly hopeful of completing a deal for Bernard Leno before start of the season in the for you. Now, it looks like Arsenal are really pausing on bringing in new signings, and they're so much focused on what we call the outings. The incomings, they feel like, oh, we should really wait to get in incomings, and let's go ahead and really sell out people. This goes ahead to confirm the story that Ben Jacobs told us about Yuri Tielemans. He told us that Arsenal only want to bring in a player called Yuri Tielemans after really, no, it was David Austin. It was David Austin, to be very much particular. I remember very well. He told us that Arsenal are in need of other players, but especially Tielemans, but they need to first offload players to really bring in new ones. And to me, when I heard that story, I said, oh, does it mean that Arsenal doesn't have the money to pay for other players? But even these outings are so much good, because you can really take time. You can really find it hard to sell a player or loan a player on the D-Day. So it's better, having brought in close to 5 signings so far at Arsenal, it's better to work on the outgoings. They're really doing great. Their third outgoing, Balogun, is going to undergo his medical in France tomorrow. Then Bernard Leno might be the next player to leave Arsenal. But, however much Fulham are increasingly hopeful, Arsenal are really holding on this deal because Leicester wants the goalkeeper. Bernard Leno, Premier League proven, and I think he will choose Leicester over Fulham, according to me, because this is a more team that is really so much competitive. At least they have quality players, and he's really going to be in a very good spotlight, and he's working hard to go and play in the World Cup. So when you look at Bernard Leno, he's really one of the best goalkeepers from Germany. And before the coming in of Martinez, everyone thought that was a best goalkeeper at Arsenal. After Martinez came in through, and he was really sold to Aston Villa, £20 million. Then they brought in Ramsdale, and Ramsdale really kicked him out of the starting position of the goal of Arsenal in there for you. So let's keep an eye on this deal. I don't know where it's going to end, but obviously we are waiting to see what's going to happen for this deal of a man who goes by the names of Bernard Leno. Sky Sports reporting that Fulham are increasingly sure that this deal is going to happen. But we've been told, obviously, that another team, which goes by names of Leicester, want to hijack this deal. Let's wait and see how that really happens. And Leicester really has an upper hand if at all it comes in through, because they have a player that Arsenal is wanting, that is Yuri Tielemans. So we are waiting to see where this deal is really going to unfold in from. All right, let's get to our second story of the day. Sampdoria still wants to sign Lucas Torreira, but at the moment it's just a dream for you. That is Di Marzio. Di Marzio is a football transfer expert from Italy. Before the coming in of Fabrizio Romano and David Austin, he was the man that used to break stories, and he works for Sky Sports for you. That is Di Marzio. Now, when you look at Sampdoria, all right, but can they really get in the money that Arsenal wants? That's the problem. And secondly, the player has already agreed personal terms with Valencia, and his agent said they are just waiting for Arsenal to agree terms with Valencia, and then the player will go in that side, because Gattuso is really an admirer of Lucas Torreira. Gattuso is the manager for Valencia right now, and you're waiting to see how everything is going to go on and happen or unfold in here onto the Rokani Media Football. So we are waiting to see how everything is going to go on in here about Lucas Torreira. Remember, very many teams are interested in Lucas Torreira. Juventus, AS Roma, Napoli, now Sampdoria, and now we are having Valencia in there for you. Even in his team where he comes in from, in his country where he comes in from Uruguay, there is a team that is wanting him, but I think it's an early thought to hold in the head of Lucas Torreira and his agent that they should go back to Uruguay. I think they still have a lot of much to offer here in Europe. So wait and see how that's going to mature in there for you about a player who goes by names of Lucas Torreira in there for you. Then our last story of the day, we have this. It is Tuto Makato Web. They are telling us that newly promoted side AS Monza sporting director Adriano Galliani has contacted Arsenal to explore the parameters of a deal for Pablo Mari. It looks like Pablo Mari said not to move to Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce really needed him, and they've gone in for another central defender. So he said no to Fenerbahce and said, no, I'm not going to that side. Very many big teams in Italy are really interested in me. Why should I go to Fenerbahce? Obviously, he's making a good choice because even AC Milan is interested in him. You get how many teams? Close to 3-4 teams in the Italian Serie A are really interested in the signature of a man who goes by the names of Pablo Mari. Now, AC Monza sporting director Galliani is really trying to explore options of really bringing this player at Monza, but I don't think he will go to Monza. AC Milan wants him, and I think he wants to go and play for AC Milan. He was brought in at Arsenal at like £1 million from Brazil. I think that was the first signing of Edu when he came in here, but he has not really failed or filled the gap that he was bought for. That's why he started William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes plus Ben White, really so much ahead of them into this side of football, especially playing in the central defense of a side which goes by names of Arsenal. So we are waiting to see how Pablo Mari's deal is going to mature in there for you. Will this activate AC Milan? Is the agent of Pablo Mari really putting out this story to really catalyze the deal and speed up the process, especially as far as his suitors are concerned? Because I think AC Milan wanting you is good. They're playing in the Champions League. Obviously, Pablo Mari would like to go to play for a side which goes by names of AC Milan because in the Champions League, I really believe that they're having a very good age over anyone in there for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in on a daily. I go by the names of Rokani David, and thank you guys for watching in. I think it's the last video of the day. I'm feeling sleepy, guys. Feeling sleepy, but thank you guys for watching in. I think we're going to get back to talks tomorrow. There is an update about Yuri Tielemans and very many other players of Arsenal in the for you as Arsenal prepares to play Crystal Palace on Friday in the for you. Rokani David is my name. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below on Arsenal bid for Savic expected. Then Balogun to France to undergo his medical, and then Sampdoria interested in Torreira, and obviously a new team known as Monza exploring options to sign Pablo Mari from Arsenal. What a day, what a night, and let's wait and see how Arsenal is really going to go ahead and really prepare for a side which goes by the name of Crystal Palace. Remember, tomorrow is Monday. Arsenal will be left with just 3 days to play the opener of the Premier League alongside Crystal Palace. You can as well go into the comment section and tell me, who do you think is going to win this game? Who do you think is going to win it? A sign out, guys. Good night. Cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ, and the Almighty God protect you abundantly, my mates. I'm out.